All right, crazy day, crazy day. We've got a lot of longs today. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cells. Of course, we only had 2 dividends paying today. That's already listed on there, but we'll try to get these in. Change up some of the information here. We'll go down through a couple of these orders. So we ended up with 24. Now it's not over yet, but we're going to put them in anyways. And 12 positions, a total of, what was that, 84 even. Not bad. All right, so let's go down. You can see here a considerable amount of buys to small cells. That account had 4 cells on this one, and we'll go back over to this one, and you can see, just looking at the timestamp, buys and sells. So all good. So look and see. Some of the cells, and I post all this on Twitter as well. But if you get back over here to Mosaic, there we go. So go down through a couple of the cells. So you got Zion, right? Honeywell, Lincoln National. These are all cells. Have, I guess, bought and sold yesterday and today. So WBS, HCAP. Finally moved that one. That one stopped paying dividends. It was had been in this account for quite some time. Let's see, there's another one that's zeroed out. Okay, I think that's it on those accounts. But we'll go down through a few of these. We got LMT moving. If you follow the scans, you get a better idea of what we're doing. ETO. There's not a heck of a lot that you have to do. Just monitor to see if you've got positions that are open. We always want to have a limit order in. To always be in a position to take profit. You can do other things during the day. You don't have to sit in front of the computer. Let me update the screen here, since we have an alert for CVX. We're going to go in there, make sure which account we want to apply it to. Okay. So we're going to Go over to this one. Oh, just continuing to hit some alerts. Let's make sure. Okay, all the alerts are gone. We already have a trailing order in on CVX. So we just forget about that one. And what else are we doing here? Oh yeah, I need to update the cells for today. Since we had PPL, WBS, CMP, BANF, ZIN, each cap. LNC, MS, EOD, JPM, MT. All right. So that's not too bad. So if you're looking for a different way of doing things and not take losses, you can see every day we have something going on. There's some days that nothing happens, but here lately we've been pretty busy. Let me take a look at some of these other positions just to see where they're heading. That doesn't mean it's going up. That just means that's where the price is at right now in relationship to our sell. Don't get in the habit of predicting. You get in the habit of predicting. You're going to be wrong more than you're right. You would think it'd be 50-50, but people start getting emotional. And you're going to start making mistakes. So oil's been taking a hit for some reason. But let's see what that upper price is. It's way up there, isn't it? Yeah, 75.92. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about doing a DCA until that price gets a little higher. Anyways, BFC. All right, let's see Murphy. Now, because we're over our max shares are showing 45, 47. If we were below that, we could buy more shares here, but we can't. It's just, you got to stick to your rules. We hadn't been able to DCA that. We're waiting for the max shares to come down so that we can, deploy more capital towards that. But as it is right now, we don't do anything. But yeah, she decided to come down today a little bit. I think that was the last big push up, which is fine. We've got a lot of orders in there. Let's see where that GPM is coming back. I think that one was on the scan and we'd hit that, and if it comes back down and hits, we're going to be back in before Friday. Friday, the scan's no good anymore. It's only good for if you have trailing stops, they continue on. If you have limit orders, you need to cancel them. Most of the people that subscribe to the scan understand this. They understand the method. They don't have to be told twice. They get it. They understand it. So stick to the rules. That's the key. WBS. I think we sold that today. Let's see where that was. I think it was on this account, maybe. Yep. Looked like it came back down. All right. Came right back down. So what we want to do is go over to our scan. Find out what the value was. We got WBS. All right. We get another trailing stop in there. I like to use trailing stops. You don't have to. You can do it on the limit. A lot of people may not know what we're talking about, but you know, if you want to learn the system, we get about 16 minutes before the close, so we're just looking to continue to increase the account sizes as they grow. So if we know on average we can make, let's say we make $100 a day and there's 250 trading days, so that would be $2,500, right? 250 times 100. There's 25 grand per year if you could make an average of $100 a day in the market. Let's just say we make 50. 250 trading days, multiply that by $50 a day. Oop, wrong button. 250 by 50 is 12.5 in addition to your dividend amount. Let's just say your overall account can get 10%. So you get another 6 grand there. Let's make it 6,700 plus, let's see, on 32 is 3,500 plus another 2,500. So you make 25 grand a year. Account size, that's IDCC. See where that one's headed. Well, we're already in that, so that's just an old alert from some time ago. We didn't clean it up. We're not worried about that. Let's look at our scan. Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to close down for today, which is fine. It's up pretty good today. Yeah, we're taking a big hit down. We'll have lots of trailing orders to go in. Wonder what old Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, Bitcoin back down to 58. Got up as high as 60 today. Too bad. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with seeing the red there. It's just giving us opportunities. We already took our profits. But you got to expect stuff to go up and down. Don't try to predict. Is this the bottom? Nobody knows. Right here. If you thought that was the bottom, maybe you got in. Right, it goes up and then comes right back down because you're targeting something way up here. You missed it. You bought it here because you say, oh, I know this is the bottom. It doesn't go up. Right, so what do? You sell. You lost some more money. Okay, this has got to be the bottom. So you buy. Now it starts to go up. Hey, you're finally in, but you've already lost that money, right? So where's your break even going to be? Trick is, don't take losses. You want to learn how not to take losses? Watch for a little while. Here's one. And middling, right? We don't care. We only own one share of this, right? But eventually, I mean, if you believe this company's going out of business, don't buy it. But what is it doing? It's paying dividends, right? It's paying $4.52 per share per year. It's down $17. Oh well. I guess if it gets down here to that 207.21, we're going to invest some more money into it. The reason I can do that, this guy have money sitting on the sidelines, got 15,000 sitting there, right? We should be having some dividends come in, maybe tomorrow. We didn't have any dividends coming in today, but we have some ex-dividend dates tomorrow. Oh gosh, only two of them, I think SLVO and DX. The ex-dividend date, they're not going to actually pay you on that day. It just goes into a holding account until they're ready to pay you. Each one is different. Some of them land on the same day, but majority of your payments come out closer to the end of the month, so not this week so much. We can look and see. Probably between the 25th and the 31st, you'll start to see larger dividend payments. Not too bad. We let the market come to us. We don't predict anything. It's hard for some people to get their head around because they're like, well, how else are you buying them? Well, I mean, There's other ways to do things. I mean, I don't have to use charts. I can just use this screen right here. The charts just, I think for a lot of people, it's hard for them not to look at a chart. But charts are just for reference. If you're trying to, if you think you found something in here, like you put a line on here and you say, okay, well, if it breaks below that, oh, look, it never broke below that, right? It's like you can be doing whatever you want. Say, okay, this is high, this is low. These little ticks off to the right side, these are pivot points, you know. Sometimes I use them just as reference point to put alerts in and things. But it helps liven up the chart. But everybody likes something that's easy. You know, it's like, okay, well, here's a high and this high, right? And I'm going to buy if it closes above that. Okay. 1171. So, I mean, I guess that's a strategy of some kind. We don't use them. We don't use any moving averages. We just look at price. And we manage our risk and we manage our portfolios. So, you know, you're looking at this and you say, oh, he's only got one share of this. It's like, right, it's $142. Well, look at the size of the account. It's $67,000, right? So if you're buying, if you've got the green hip and you think you can buy $14,500 worth of XP and you know where it's going, have at it. Right? I don't lose money in these accounts. I'll grow this account. It's not going to take me long to get to 100. Once I get to 100, now I can go to 20% of max shares. Right? And that's, I use these smaller accounts to show people how they can build it. If you follow me for any amount of time, you're going to figure out real quick that this works. So you get 32,393 here, right? So this cost basis constantly changes. Now, of course, you've got extra money, right? But that's what's actually in there making that particular amount. 32,379 is making 7.91% right at this moment, right? So it's paid out monthly, quarterly, whatever. That's, if you did nothing for the entire year, that's what you'd make. 8% on 32 is about $4,000. Or I'm sorry, I'm thinking 42. 32,379 times 8%. You make 25. Right? So 2,600 bucks. You look at an even smaller account, right? And you can run these up and down. So this one's 19, right? But you get another 10,000 in cash sitting there to go back in. But this account's making 6.09. So 20, that's 6, that's $1,200 a year. So it's coming in if you do nothing. That's just your dividends coming in. We're not talking about the trades, right? So these trades, each time one of these happens, what happens? It grows it. Because we're not taking any losses, it doesn't go backwards. So when you look at our increase, it's always a line from low to high. There is none of this. You see, none of that. We just have this line that continuously grows. That's how you build your money. Don't take losses. When you're forced to take a loss, it's going to be small. Forced means the company goes out of business. If they're paying dividends, it means they're making money. How are they going to go out of business? They decide to close it down, I guess. But in the meantime, you can be pulling in those dividends, and now price movement, right? Forget about the chart. Just the value of that company goes up and down. Forget the chart. This means nothing. This is just something, it's visual. We're looking at that price right there, 25.38. If the price goes up, we sell. If the price comes down, we buy. It's got to be based on something. You can't, if you don't know how to manage money, you can say, well, I'm just going to buy this, at 25, whatever. Which one was that? Let's go back and look. Let's just say this one here, 76. I'm going to take my whole account and I'm going to buy all of that because somebody told me it was a good idea. And you're going to make your dividends. And that's all you're going to make. And what happens if that sucker goes down? If it goes up, hey, great. But what's your target for profit? When are you going to get at? See, I already know what my profit is, right? I know what I'm going to sell this for. This is what I'm asking. I'm asking you to pay me $79.40, and I've got 9 of them for sale. If you want to sell it to me, if you want to buy it from me, I've got it for sale for you, right here. And you might be asking, well, what if it goes to 85? I said, I don't care. I already got, every time that I do this, I come up to somebody and I say, hey, look, I've got something for sale here, right? I've got something for sale. I've got one of these, right, at $111.95. Who wants to pay me for that? If they don't, and it comes back down, I'm looking for somebody, well, hey, I'm willing to sell it down here at the 50% mark. I find this person, I said, oh, you're willing to sell me one more share for $89.21? Because that's the most that I can buy at a time, right? So that's a true dollar cost average. I buy for $89.21, then my average cost is somewhere around 100, right? But I'm not going to make my sell limit up here anymore. I'm still going for what the original 252. So I'm going to double my profit now. The only difference is I have 2 of them to sell versus 1. Now you have to start thinking scale here. Think Walmart. Millions of products for sale. If you've got millions and millions of dollars, you can figure this out because now we're protecting our capital. There's a reason why they want you to trade in 100 lots. That's like the default on every platform I've ever seen for 25 years. They know that people have a breaking point, or they tell you, hey, if you buy it right here, make sure you put it $1 lower, right? That's where you're going to put your stop, so you're going to take a loss. Well, what if it goes, well, I mean, I'm selling this one share at 147.40 if somebody wants it. It's going to stay up there till the end of time. I might not get paid ever. But one thing is going to remain constant. I'm going to get paid a dividend. If it stops paying me a dividend, I just hold on to it, whatever. I mean, it's paying $3.16 per year per share. Right? Take me a long time at 2.2%. Right? But there's a chance that this sucker can come down, right? If it just stays there, and there's no price movement, nobody's making any money on the movement, right? So if it comes down, back down to this 50% mark, because this 50%, if you want to call it a retracement, that's fine. I don't use Fibonacci. This is just 50% price from here to here divided by 2. That's all it is. Take this price against this, add it to this price, divided by 2. That's the 50%. I use the Fibonacci tool just to get that. It's just so I don't have to use a calculator. It's right there. Or you can just draw a line. You can draw a line like this, and that's how you can get. There's your percentage, right? 10, right? So however you want to do it, that's fine. But I use the 50% from price to price. That's actually, you can't use that tool because that tool is not very good. That's like showing you 11% move from here to there. So don't use that tool. But that's just 50% move or 50% retracement. Just add it up. Take 125.30, add it to 143.30, divided by 2, and that's what you get. It's not rocket science. Yeah, JPM is probably going to come down. Seems like the financial stocks did pretty well today. Seeing a little bit of retracement in them, but I have no idea where this is going. Nobody does. The people with all the big money, they're the ones that move these markets. So if you think that your 100 lot is going to make a difference, think again. I don't know why oil is coming down. I don't pay attention to the news either. I'm just looking for an opportunity. Like I say again, this is max shares are 45, and we already have 47, so we can't buy any more. We're just basically stuck with this. We're just collecting dividends, which isn't too bad. I mean, what's it taking in? 2.9%. We're down about 550 on this, but this will stay in the account until we can manage it back up. That's you have to wait on the market to come to you. If you start making decisions based on, well, I've got extra money, let me throw it in there so I can DCA it. We use scans that have specifics that allow us to get in. Right now, we can't get in here because the max shares are 2 shares below it. Now this can change. This doesn't stay the same. What does stay the same is if dividends, these are horrible dividends. So if we can get back up to even, we'll get out of this. This paid more dividends than this in the past. But in this particular account, these are really small accounts that we manage here just to show people what we're doing. But you'll find in the future that you can, get better, like anything over $1.20. That's our sweet spot. We want at least 10 cents per month per share, no matter what the size of the product is. A lot of times the CEFs, because they pay monthly, that makes the snowball effect go a little faster. On these small accounts, it's important to have that income coming in so that you can grow these. Now, cost basis versus market value, we can grow these pretty quickly. It's not unheard of to see 20-25% growth if you use a trading strategy involved with dividend collection. But if you're trying to swing for the fences and you're trying to make this go faster, we don't add any money to these accounts that we're showing people. We just want to show you the power of the dividends. And this particular account, we actually show a monthly gain, not on the overall gain, but what your profit and from trading and what your dividends are. So there's a big distinction between those two. But it looks like the market's closed, so we have one more trading day, and the scan is only good until Friday's close. So whatever's left on there, we'll find out tomorrow. We have no idea what the market's going to do tomorrow. We have our strategy, we stick to it. I just like looking to see where things are sitting. Get some that are saying this particular one, who knows where it's going. It might hit that, it might not. But see, people read into these charts somehow that it's going up, right? Yeah, it's going up. But what does that mean? Does it mean it's going to hit that? No, it doesn't mean anything. Get that out of your head. I mean, this can come down just as fast as it can go up. From this point forward, it's a 50-50. 50-50, 1 point up, and 50-50, 1 point down. Or 1 penny. 1 penny up, 1 penny down. It's a 50-50. If it goes up, great. This is just the bulls and the bears fighting out, supply and demand. You just position yourself to take profit based on a plan. Stop following all these weird things. It's the first thing people look for. How do you trade the market? How do I make $1 million in the market? Well, you don't do it by taking losses, or spending $10,000 on some kind of system that you have no idea. But man, there's plenty of people that do it. I hear about it all the time. I can't. But anyway, let me cut it out today, get everything wrapped up. I think I got everything. Yeah. else looks good. All right, so we'll see you in the morning if you're one of those traders. If not, follow us on Twitter during the day. We do load trades up on super busy times. We just basically tell you what we're long, and we don't actually show our trades, but you can always come back and see it live. But anyhow, have a great day.